Have you ever wondered what adventure a small house cat could possibly have? Well, let me tell you a fairy tale of a common house cat named Whiskers. Whiskers was not your average cat. Oh no, she had dreams, big dreams, dreams of exploring the world beyond the familiar corners of her cozy home. In her mind, every day was a new adventure waiting to unfold. She would spend her mornings basking in the warm sunlight that filtered through the window, her eyes half closed, her mind wandering to far-off places. She imagined herself on top of towering trees, looking over vast landscapes and sparkling rivers, her soft paws treading on unknown paths. In the afternoons, she would sit by the fireplace, watching the dancing flames as they painted pictures of her dreams on the walls of her home. Whiskers would see herself chasing butterflies through endless meadows, her laughter echoing in the wind. She would see herself discovering secret tunnels and hidden treasures, her heart pounding with excitement and curiosity. As the day turned into night, Whiskers would curl up on her favorite pillow, her eyes sparkling with the reflection of the twinkling stars outside her window. She would imagine herself walking on the moon, her soft purrs echoing in the silent universe. And then, as she drifted off to sleep, she would dream. She would dream of a world where cats could fly, where she could touch the sky and play with the stars. She would dream of a world where she was not just a house cat, but an explorer, an adventurer, a dreamer. Whiskers lived an ordinary life, but her dreams were anything but ordinary. They were extraordinary, just like her. They were a world full of possibilities, a world full of magic and wonder, a world where anything was possible. And then, one day, it happened. Whiskers woke up, and she just knew. She knew that today was not going to be an ordinary day. She knew that today was going to be the day when her dreams would become a reality. One day, Whiskers woke up, and she just knew something extraordinary was about to happen. On this day, Whiskers' life was about to change forever. In the heart of the mystical forest, Whiskers, the curious little cat, came across a creature she had never seen before. This creature was not like any other. It shimmered and glowed, a magical aura surrounding it. It was a fairy, the guardian of the forest, known for her ability to grant one wish to those who found her. Whiskers, with her big, bright eyes, looked at the fairy in awe and wonder. She had heard tales about the fairy from her mother, but she never thought she would meet her. The fairy, noticing the little cat's excitement, smiled kindly and said, "Whiskers, for your bravery in exploring the forest and finding me, I will grant you one wish." Whiskers didn't hesitate. She had always been curious about humans in their world. She wished for the ability to talk to humans just for one day. The fairy, amused by Whiskers' unusual request, granted her wish. A golden light engulfed Whiskers, and when it faded, she found herself able to understand and speak the human language. Imagine the thrill that surged through Whiskers, her heart pounding with excitement and anticipation. She could now communicate with humans. She could share her thoughts, express her feelings, and ask all the questions that had been bouncing around in her head. She felt like she had been given a key to a whole new world, one that she had been observing from the sidelines but could now actively participate in. Whiskers could hardly contain her excitement. She did a little happy dance, her tail swishing back and forth. She was eager to start her journey in the human world, to meet new people, to learn from them, and to share her unique perspective as a cat. With a newfound ability, Whiskers was ready to embark on an adventure like no other. Imagine if your cat could talk to you, what would they say? Once upon a time, in a world not too different from ours, Whiskers the cat discovered she had an extraordinary gift. She could talk, and not just simple meows or purrs, but actual words that her human family could understand. Whiskers was overjoyed at this newfound ability. She could finally tell her family just how much she loved them, and of course how much she adored the tuna they served her every Tuesday. She chatted away, telling her family about her dreams of chasing laser pointers, and the time she had a thrilling encounter with a squirrel in the backyard. Her family was amazed and delighted by their chatty companion. Whiskers had always been a part of the family, but now they could truly communicate with her. They found out that she loved the sound of the piano and that she preferred her water bowl to be filled to the brim every day. They learned that she enjoyed the warmth of the fireplace on cold winter days and that she had a secret stash of shiny objects under the sofa. Yes, dear Whiskers was quite the treasure collector. The surprises Whiskers gave her family were endless. They laughed at her witty remarks, were amazed by her feline wisdom, and even found themselves having philosophical debates with her. Who would have thought that a cat could ponder the meaning of life? Whiskers was thrilled with the attention she was getting. She loved the extra cuddles, the hearty laughs, and most importantly, the deeper bond she was forming with her family. But as the day went on, she began to realize something. She was not just an ordinary cat anymore. She was a cat who could talk, a cat who could share her thoughts and feelings, a cat who could make others smile. And with this newfound power, she had a newfound responsibility. As the day went on, Whiskers realized that with her ability to speak, she had a responsibility. Sometimes the greatest adventures lead to the most important lessons. As the day wore on, Whiskers, our little feline protagonist, began to understand the true significance of her newfound ability. This wasn't just about her ability to talk to humans. It was so much more. In the heart of her home, Whiskers watched her family. She saw them laugh, saw them cry, and she saw them struggle. There was a problem they were grappling with, a puzzle they couldn't solve. All the while, Whiskers observed, her keen feline senses picking up on their distress. It was then that she realized her extraordinary gift wasn't just for her benefit. Her ability to communicate with humans meant she could help them too. She could be their voice when they couldn't find the words, their guide when they were lost, and their comfort when they were in distress. With newfound determination, Whiskers approached her family. She shared her thoughts, her insights, her wisdom. To their surprise, they found their seemingly insurmountable problem wasn't so daunting anymore. With Whiskers' help, they found a solution that brought them closer together. This was an eye-opening experience. Whiskers had always known she was a part of her family, but now she felt a deeper connection. She was not just their pet, but an integral part of their lives. She was their confidant, their problem solver, their friend. Whiskers' adventure had taught her a valuable lesson. She had learned that communication isn't just about speaking and being heard. It's about understanding and being understood. It's about bridging gaps and mending rifts. It's about bringing people together. As the sun began to dip below the horizon, casting long, dancing shadows across the room, Whiskers curled up in her favorite spot. Her heart was full, her spirit was high, and her mind was at peace. She had made a difference in her family's life, and that was more than she could have ever hoped for. As the sun set, Whiskers knew her extraordinary day was coming to an end. But she also knew that tomorrow was another day, another chance to use her gift, another opportunity to make a difference. After all, the greatest adventures often lead to the most important lessons. Every extraordinary day must come to an end, but the memories last forever. As the last rays of sunlight started to fade, our little heroine Whiskers noticed something. The magical sparkle that once danced in her eyes began to dim, and the enchanting words that flowed effortlessly from her tiny mouth vanished just as quick as they had appeared. Just like that, Whiskers found that she could no longer speak the human language. She was once again a normal cat. Yet far from feeling sad, Whiskers found comfort in the silence that followed. She realized that even though her ability to converse with humans had been fleeting, the experiences she had gained were everlasting. She pondered on the magical adventure she had embarked upon, the enchanting creatures she had met, and the extraordinary sights she had seen. But above all, Whiskers thought about her family. She remembered the look of amazement on her family's faces when she first spoke, the laughter that echoed through the house as she told them tales of her feline world, and the warmth that filled her heart as they embraced her not just as a pet, but as a part of their family. As the moonlight bathed her in its soft glow, Whiskers realized that her journey had not been about the magic or the adventure, but about the connections she had made and the love she had felt. The magic had given her a voice, but it was her family's love that had given her a sense of belonging. As she curled up in her favorite corner of the house, Whiskers purred softly, her heart brimming with happiness. Her adventure had ended, but the memories of her extraordinary day would stay with her forever. She had returned to her ordinary life, but she was not the same cat anymore. She was Whiskers, the cat with an extraordinary tail. And so, Whiskers returned to her ordinary life, but with an extraordinary tale to remember and a closer bond with her family.